full of nutters, pimps, stellarheads, thugs, and strange folk. Welcome to the Mitcham History Notes YouTube channel. Today's video in the Lost Pubs series is about Morden's Wetherspoons, the Lady St Helier. The pub is at the corner of Aberconway Road and London Road in Morden, now occupied by Iceland and Lidl. Wetherspoon had rented the space from the Iceland group, who redeveloped the former Morden Cinema site. The last film shown at the cinema in January 1973, by the way, was Carry On Abroad, which had the tagline, "A holiday of a laugh time." After being used for a B&Q store, the Morden Cinema building was demolished in mid-1990. The Wetherspoon pub opened around 1995 and was named after the London County Council alderman and philanthropist Lady St Helier, from which the St Helier housing estate is named. The Camra website tells us that it had a, quote, "a slightly gloomy interior, created by the dark blue ceiling with Richard Rogers style exposed ventilation ducts. An imaginative sculpture faces the full glass frontage on entry, comprising the top half of a London Underground ticket inspector and the bottom half of a monk." Unfortunately, I have found no photographs of these curious features. The pub closed some 10 years later in 2006. I myself remember going there on Friday nights a few times in the late 90s. What was most memorable to me was a huge staircase leading upstairs to the toilets. Anyway, I have some comments from other customers that were posted to the Beer in the Evening website. This is from someone identifying themselves as Newton, 24 February 2003. On my last visit, myself and others were appalled at the lack of service and customer care afforded to us here. On one night, food was advertised to be served until 9:30. I arrived at 8:45 and was served, but my two companions, who arrived at 9, were refused, even though it was still advertised all over the pub. When I asked the so-called manager why this was the case, I was given a rather flippant response that it was company policy to continue to advertise that services were available even though they had ceased. He offered no apology for this, occasioning my two friends to buy fish and chips from outside the pub and secretly eat them inside. With regards to another person's comment on the 3rd of December 2002, I should point out I am 37 years old and have no problem sharing a pub with 70, 80 or 90-year-olds. What I do object to is impolite, unhelpful staff, as if ordinary customers are a nuisance. An anonymous comment on April 2003 said, "The service is terrible. I find that at most Wetherspoon pubs. The food is always cold, the bar staff don't give a toss about anything, and there are really too many old people in there. It's like being in a hospital." Yeah, you'll find out, mate, one day. Someone called Oiski made a comment on the 15th of April 2003. The last three comments perfectly sum up Wetherspoon pubs. I've not been to this particular pub. Oh, okay, so why'd you bother to comment then? Okay, moving on. Bob V, 29th of February 2004. Hope that was a leap year. Never that great, but it's always an interesting collection of characters, both behind and in front of the bar, and decent beer at decent prices. Now it's really gone downhill. It's dirty and unwelcoming. The killer thing now is that since the driftwood from Jack's stamps, now the excellent Ganleys, has been barred, they're now using this case. Oh boy, does it show. God knows how even worse the abbot will now get. Interesting. Miss Haley, 29th of May 2004, said, "It's a good pub, and it's also spoons, and I always drink in spoons, and they're cheap, and this pub have got great customers. Go there. It ranges from 18 years to 100 years. Yes, quite a good range of ages, that." Harold, November 2004, said, "Well, what can I say? If you like a drink during the day and you're happy to have it in a hospital A&E ambience, this is for you. Smoky, nasty, threatening, and a clientele bandaged, braced, and, well, very odd. If you've seen The League of Gentlemen and you liked it, you won't be disappointed here, Tubbs, because it's all local." Anonymous said in May 2005, "Smells badly, but apart from that, a good pub, second best in Morden after Ganley's." Frank, June 2005, said, "I've been visiting this pub almost once a week with my 16-year-old daughter. We would eat in the designated dining area and she would drink mineral water. A month ago I was told that under 18s were not allowed, even if they didn't consume alcohol. We were asked to leave. My question is, why were we not told this on the many other occasions we had visited? Food is okay, bar staff miserable, landlord has no customer skills and the toilets smell. But the food and drink are cheap. Can't quite read the handle on this one. Turfy SGWR. November 2005. 4 meals, 4 glasses of wine, 1 pint of John Smith's and a double vodka and lemonade for 20 quid. You can't beat it. Okay, the clientele look like they've come out of that pub in American Werewolf in London, but they're pretty harmless. Vera, November 2005, said, full of nutters, pimps, stellar heads, thugs, and strange folk. Mr. Sound, December 2005, said, Wetherspoon pubs won't be around in 5 years. Drinks are cheap, but I had a pint of Guinness here that moved and tasted like a jug of weak gravy. Food was cold, very poor quality. Portions are getting smaller and smaller. Most pub prices are way too high, but the only salvation is that it keeps the dregs of society who are attracted to Wetherspoons like flies to poo. This place was no exception, though not as bad as the king of all Wetherspoons, JJ Moons in Tooting. Cheap is only good if it comes with quality. Smoky, smelly, depressing, dirty turd of a pub. Chav-tastic. Wonderful comments. Bobby, March 2006, said, depressing and dirty, but far less dangerous than the Tooting and Balham atrocities. Secret Squirrel said, March 2006, used to be a good hideout for me and all my SAS mates. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. The pub has some great surveillance areas to view all the Mitcham she-male chavs when they are looking for your dole money to get a bit of scram from Iceland for the chavies. A geezer by the name of Chelsea Mick makes himself well known to all as you walk in the door, and he hangs out with a little geezer with milk bottle glasses. Great comedy duo, or so they think. What a wonderful pub. September 2006. Should have closed long ago, but if rumours are true that Lidl are buying it, then the sign on the front door, chavs, drunks and the unemployable only, dogs welcome, should still remain. Wyndham said in September 2006, it's an appalling place with a very limited no smoking area. The gents' toilets are situated up 2 very long flights of stairs. This must go back to the days when this was the Odeon Cinema. And Anonymous said in September 2006, this place is now closed, and yes, the rumours were true. Lidl will be extending its store to where the Spoons used to be. It's a shame it's closed because of the prices, but it really was an awful place to drink in. Let's hope the people that drink in here don't move to the new Spoons in Rains Park or the brilliant Ganleys in Morden. Don't get me wrong, there were many nice regulars in that pub, but there are also the not so nice ones. So that's that then. That's all I can give you, I'm afraid. Not many in the way of photographs, but a number of really lovely comments. It must have turned into a really nice pub. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please press that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already subscribed. Have a nice day now. Bye.